Hi Team Gerwell, you are flipping in fifth with me, Mrs. G. Today we're talking about Topic 8, Lesson 5, and today's learning target is, I can determine a rule and write an expression. Today's vocabulary is the first one, algebraic expression. That means something that contains a variable. Remember we talked about that, it's usually a letter. And numbers and at least one operation. But remember, an expression is not solved. And then our next vocabulary word is pattern. And that is something that two or more algebraic expressions have in common. Here's today's problem of the day. Jack and Nathan are helping price sale items for Winter Wonderland. Look at the table below and find the rule and then solve for the missing price. Well, here's the information that we have in this table below. So what does this top line represent? That's right, it represents the regular price. We're going to use the variable P to represent the regular price. What is the bottom line then representing? Well, that represents the sale price. So now we need to think about what kind of expression would we write to show us what this rule would be. Well, if our regular price is higher than our sales price, we have to think about what do we do to the 21 to get 16? Well, obviously it's smaller, so we're not going to add or multiply. So then the question is, do we divide or do we subtract? In this case, we know that we're going to subtract. 21 minus a certain amount gives us an answer of 16. Now let's try the next one. 20 minus a certain amount gives us 15. Now the question is the question mark here in both of these expressions the same? Well, let's look at this next one. 19 minus what equals 14? Let's see. 21 minus 5 equals 16? Well then, does 20 minus 5 equal 15? It does. Well, what about this one? 19 minus 5, does that equal 14? It does. So that is a pretty good hint that our rule is going to be subtract 5. So our expression would be P, which is the regular price, minus 5. So 21 minus 5 would be the expression, or 20 minus 5, depending on which one you're writing the expression for. But our rule is the same all the way through. We know we're going to subtract 5 every single time from the regular price. So let's try another one. Mrs. G is making the Topic 8 math test and can only have a certain number of multiple choice questions depending on the total number of questions on the test. Use the table below to find the rule and write an expression. So here, this top line represents the total number of test questions. The variable we're going to give that is Q for questions. And then the bottom line talks about the number of multiple choice questions. Go ahead and see if you can figure out what the rule is and write the expression, and then come back and see if you got the same answer I did. Okay, was your rule subtract 10 and your expression Q minus 10? Well, I hope so, because that's the right answer, and here's how I found it. First of all, we had to look back at our table and think, what did we do to the 20 to get to 10? And then see if that pattern is extended throughout the table. Well, we know that would be 20 minus something gives us 10. So our next one would be 30 minus something gives us 20, and 40 minus something gives us 30. Is there a number that could be in this question mark that would make each of these problems true? Well, we know that 20 minus 10 gives us 10, so let's see if 10 works here. 30 minus 10, yep, that gives us 20, and 40 minus 10, that gives us 30. So we know that if we're solving here, our answer is going to be 40, and our rule is to subtract 10. Our expression is Q, which is this row, minus 10. Now you try. We have several problems today, but they each take up the entire screen, so I couldn't give them to you in just one slide. So you're going to be pausing a lot and then coming back for the answer. So here's our first problem. Go ahead and find the rule and write the expression for the table below. Stop the video and then come back for the answer. Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rule in this one is add 4, and the expression is n plus 4. Because the top row is n, and we know we had to add 4 to 3 to get 7. We added 4 to 4 to get 8, and we added 5 plus 4 to get 9. Okay, now here's problem number 2. Find the rule and write the expression for the table below. Go ahead and stop the video and come back when you're ready for the answer. All right, coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rule here is add 15, and the expression would be Q plus 15. Because in order to get from 0 to 15, we added 15. In order to get from 2 to 17, we added 15. And in order to get from 8 to 23, we added 15. Here's another one. Stop the video and come back when you're ready for the answer. Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer here for this table is subtract 14 would be the rule. And if we were to solve for the question mark, which is what it asked you to do in this question, the answer is 386. Here's number 4. Remember, we're looking for the rule and for you to solve where the question mark is. Coming back with the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rule is subtract 26, and if we solved for the question mark here, we would know 60, which is C, minus 26 would equal 34. And here's our last one. Ashlyn earns $7 and saves $2. When she earns $10, she saves $5, and when she earns $49, she saves $44. So be sure to write an expression for the amount she saves each time. Create a table to help. Go ahead and pause the video and come back with the answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's what your table should look like. It shows that Ashlyn, which I just gave it an A, but it could be, the variable could be any letter you want. So it says that she earns 7 and she saves 2. She earns 10 and saves 5, and earns 49 and saves 44. So we know our expression here is A, subtract or minus 5. Before you go, make sure you've checked your work and you write how many you got correct. Be honest, it's not for a grade. Please honestly fill out that self-reflection so I can help you tomorrow during guided math, and fill in the space for any questions you still have. I sure hope you had a great night and that you had fun working with rules and expressions. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.